Okay, think about the last really important conversation you had. You probably spent a lot of time thinking about the exact right words to use, right? But what if I told you that the real conversation, the one that actually decided how it all went down, happened without you saying a single word? Well, today we're going to decode that silent, incredibly powerful language we all use every single day, nonverbal communication.
Now, get ready for this, because these numbers, which come from some groundbreaking research by Albert Merhabian, are pretty shocking. In any face-to-face chat, the words we stress about so much, they only make up about 7% of the actual meaning. Just 7%. The other 93%, that huge chunk, comes from our tone of voice and, get this, our body language. It basically means most of what we're truly saying is invisible.
This iceberg is really the perfect way to picture it. Our words are just that little tip you can see sticking out of the water. But the real weight of our message, the true feeling behind it, is all happening below the surface. The bulk of our communication is submerged, and that's where the real story is.
So why should we even care about this hidden 93%? Well, because this is where trust is actually built. It's how we show people we're being real, that we're authentic. It's like the silent traffic light that keeps a conversation flowing smoothly. And it's how we instantly tell people who we are, our confidence, our status, and our place in the world.
So what exactly is in this giant 93%? It's not just a bunch of random hand waves. Nope, it's actually a pretty sophisticated system with 7 distinct channels. The best way to think about it is like a nonverbal toolkit you carry around with you everywhere. You're already using these tools constantly, so let's open it up and see what's inside.
And here they are, all working together in every single interaction. You've got kinesics, which is just a fancy word for how you move your body. Proxemics is how close you stand to somebody. Oculesics, all about your eyes. Haptics is touch. Chronemics, how you use time. Artifacts are things like your clothes. And paralanguage is the sound of your voice. It seems like a lot, but believe me, you're already a master at using all of them.
Let's just quickly break down the first 5. Over on the left, you see kinetics. That's the most obvious one, just our body motion. Next to that is oculesics, which is all about our eyes and where we focus. Then there's paralanguage, which isn't what you say, but the music of how you say it. Then over on the right, you've got proxemics, the invisible bubble of personal space, and haptics, the simple but really powerful language of touch.
And the last 2 channels, they're all about how we present ourselves to the world. Chronemics is the language of time. I mean, showing up late for a meeting sends a pretty clear message about respect, doesn't it? And then there are artifacts, which are basically your unspoken resume. Your clothes, your phone, your car, they're all broadcasting signals about who you are before you even open your mouth.
Okay, so we have our words, and we have these 7 silent channels. But how do they actually work together? Or, maybe more importantly, what happens when they start working against each other?
This interaction engine shows how it all clicks. On one end, everything is in sync. Your body might repeat your words, like when you point while giving directions, or it might complement them, like shifting your feet when you admit you're a little nervous. You can even substitute words completely with just a simple nod, or accents a point by banging a fist on the table.
But now we get to the other end of the spectrum, and this is where it gets really, really fascinating. Contradiction. We have all been here. You ask someone what's wrong, and through tears and clenched fists, they choke out, "I'm fine." The words say one thing, but their body is literally screaming the opposite. So which one do you believe?
Well, the answer is actually hardwired into us for survival. Our brain has a default setting, and it's this. When words and body language are in conflict, we always trust the body. We just instinctively know that the body doesn't lie, even when the mouth does. It's our own personal, built-in lie detector.
So, we've got the toolkit, and we know the rules of how our words and our actions mix. But there's a huge curveball. All of these rules, they can totally change depending on where you are in the world. A simple gesture that's perfectly friendly at home could be deeply offensive somewhere else. Let me just ask you a quick question. A thumbs up, is it always a good thing? You might instinctively say, yeah, of course, but as we're about to see, the answer is a very definite no.
And this table shows you exactly why context is everything. Look at that thumbs up again. Here in the US, it means great job, but in parts of the Middle East or West Africa, it's a huge insult. Or what about direct eye contact? In the West, it signals honesty. In parts of Asia, looking an elder in the eye can be seen as disrespectful. Even silence, what feels awkward in an American conversation, is a sign of thoughtful respect in places like Finland or Japan.
So, this right here is the key skill for anyone trying to navigate our totally connected world. It's not about memorizing a dictionary of gestures. It's about developing a mindset of curiosity. Pausing before you judge, actually observing what's going on, and being flexible enough to adapt your own behavior.
And this brings us to what I think is the real heart of all this. We've spent all this time talking about how to send messages without words. But the true power of nonverbal fluency, it isn't really about speaking. It's about listening. And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. The goal of understanding these 7 silent channels isn't just to be a more persuasive speaker or a more charismatic person. The real transformation, the real superpower, is that we become profoundly better listeners. We learn to hear the whole message, not just the words that are spoken, but the more important story that isn't.
So I'm going to leave you with this one thought. Right now, in this very moment, your body is communicating. It's telling a story. The only question is, do you know what story it's telling?